Hey, welcome to Toontyme, bringing you Newcastle United news and discussion. So this is a quick preview of the game against um, Brighton at St James Park on the 18th of May. Um, it's a game, well for me anyway, there's quite a bit of apprehensiveness and nervousness, but it's tinged with excitement because I was watching the Champions League over the past two nights. Just seeing Man City manage to go through against Real Madrid, and obviously it's not the same, but it's that type of idea that we're in a high stakes game, and it's not we're not fighting against relegation. We're fighting for something that ties into great ambition. I want to say, obviously, you don't want to diminish any team that's managed to stay within the league because the prestige of being in the league as well as the riches that are on offer of being a Premier League team are undeniable. So I'm not saying it in that way. I mean, you want your team to be fighting for some type of prize towards the end of the season in terms of hopefully maybe next season we're fighting for more for silverware or trying to get to the FA Cup final or something like that, or trying to get towards another Carabao Cup final, or trying to finish as high up the league as possible, which shows how consistent you've been over the season. And definitely the players have shown, this players, squad, management, everyone has shown that consistency of being able to get results and uh, show that quality even when we've been struggling to games where we've been able to get points and we haven't played our best. I mean, I would have liked to have seen the team hold on against Leeds on Saturday, but we still got a point out of it and we played quite poorly in quite large spells. I felt well, partly, it was a strange game on Saturday, but back to what I was talking about. But I'm happy that we're in this position personally. And now that Liverpool are on this run and making the race for the top four a lot tighter, and there's more pressure on us to get results. Obviously, I would have liked everything tied up by now, and we're guaranteed to be seeing Champions League football for Newcastle United next season. But this allows us to see how Eddie Howe manages the squad during tense times and being able to get them in the place mentally to that they're focused, but they don't have to retreat into their shell or to become totally overwhelmed by the pressure of the situation. And we've struggled the past few games in well slightly. Well, Arsenal obviously it was a strange game because the difference between the two teams was they were more clinical with their finishing. Um, and the Leeds game was just a strange one. But we've been in quite decent form, to be honest. So I don't feel like a win against Brighton is beyond us. Brighton played quite well on the weekend and on Sunday against Arsenal, winning 3-0, and they've recovered very well against after the thrashing they held by Everton. So it's an interesting test because Brighton have been a strange team for us since we both came up from the Championship, and we've had quite a few tussles with them. They've been having the better of it. I mean, the draw earlier at the Amex Stadium earlier on in the season, we were lucky to come away with the draw by the end of the game, even though we had a credible goal disallowed. But that day we saw that Mitoma, and he showcased his ability. I didn't know he was going to become as good or show that consistent quality over a season, but he was dangerous that day. And I remember on the Twitter, I wasn't particularly happy with that matchup he had with Kieran Trippier. But hopefully this time, Eddie Howe we'll find a way to protect Trippier a bit more because Mitoma has been quality all season. Brighton have been quality since De Zerbi came in, and he's got them playing in a very interesting way. They're very brave on the ball. They can break the high pressing teams. They can break the press. The only problem, which has been their problem for quite a while, is their ability to score goals at times, or at least their strikers anyway. But I feel like Eddie Howe can come up with a plan, and they're trying to play his way as well to try and counter De Zerbi. Because I saw an interesting quote from De Zerbi the other day, where he said that he likes to lose in his style, which is a strange, which without context it can be seen as a strange quote, but he's essentially saying the way he wants to win, he'll always try and play his style of football, and if he loses that way, he'll live with it. And I felt Eddie Howe will try and come up with a plan which is based on his identity, but also respects the opponent that he's facing, but doesn't allow his team to lose their identity. And that's what has happened this season. We faced quite a few challenges, but we've always been able to play in Eddie Howe's framework and always trying to play with his style of football. The intensity, high pressing, being more and more comfortable on the ball, trusting each other in possession. There's been you've seen the after ball movements growing more and more, and it's just a matter of time that he's already put his stamp on the club, but you can see more and more that is through all the players that a lot of them have improved quite dramatically. Um, just looking at this game, um, like I said, I'm quite nervous because what's at stake, but I'm also very excited as well. It's a high pressure game, and this is what you want to see the club playing in. The games that have this type of meaning, that have implications which are very far reaching. Last season, we managed to stay up when it was very much seen as very unlikely. Some people will point to the injection of transfer funds, but it wasn't just that, because the majority of the squad was the existing squad, and he had to draw performances from a lot of players who had been underperforming for a long time. Some players who had been played out of position or totally discarded as though they had no talent at all, and he's managed to make them want made them see that they are good enough and that they've been flourishing on his stewardship. So I trust Eddie Howe to manage to get something from the game tomorrow, and it's what you want to see the club playing in. You want to see us playing under the floodlights, in these night games which have this significance and which live long in people's memories. And I really do believe he'll be able to get a result tomorrow for us, you know. And the support will once again be, overwhelming. Hopefully for the away team, and will draw us. It gives the players that extra energy that's been lacking at times over the past few games, because there've been quite a few games where we started off slowly in the first half, but hopefully the crowd will be able to put a bit of energy for the players, and they can just feed off them, because that's what you need sometimes to get through the mental fog and fatigue off, and the physical mental fatigue of such a long season. I don't feel that they will fall under the weight of expectation, but like I said before, and I'll say it again, all the way through to the end of the season, I'll be happy wherever Newcastle United finish this season, because no one had any expectations of finishing in the European places, never mind in trying to get into the Champions League places. So yeah, I'm quite happy with what's to come, and I hope everyone else is you are going to be naturally a bit nervous, but this is what you watch football or any type of sport for these moments. It's that anticipation of seeing something great happening, and this season has been a great one. So hopefully it continues. Well, anyway, that's what I've got to say in regards to previewing the game tomorrow. So wherever you are, once again, thank you for listening, and have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Peace.